Good morning, all the Toastmasters and honored guests. All of us know how mentoring in Toastmasters happen and what a wonderful blessing it is. So, I now want to share my childhood mentor story today. Before that, how many of you believe that in any movie a villain is a more intelligent guy than the hero? It may be because the hero is supported by family, friends, love, God, lover, even the legal system, police system, but villain is all alone. One such super villain is Lex Luthor of DC Comics. He once said, "Some people can read War and Peace and come away thinking it's a simple adventurous story, and others can read even the ingredients of a chewing gum wrapper, and unlock the great secrets of the universe." It depends on the people, not more than the situation. So I want to add one more concept to this idea, saying like cars start difficulties. Some cars need some initial pushing, and only then it starts. Just like that, many people like me who live mechanically, like robots, working like a donkey, do not notice either big things like war and even small things like chewing gum or what is in it. We have a starting problem. When a wise mentor, a wise guru asks, like my aunt asking me, "Archana, did you notice what is in this? What did you learn from that?" See, when a mentor asks such questions, when there is a guru and they question you like that, then the mind starts thinking logically and it gets on the right track. One such mentor for me is my aunt. When my sister was born, she needed more attention from my parents, so I was moved to my aunt's home to continue my education. They live in Poranki village, which is a neighborhood of Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh. She is a Hindi teacher in VP Siddhartha Public School, and my uncle is a government officer till evening, and then a religious guru after coming back from the office every day. That was a very, very, very orthodox home. For all the religious people, my uncle is the hero. Even human god. My uncle, he is the god, human god, God in human form for all the religious people. But my eyes always looked at my aunt with great respect and wonder. Once I was traveling with my aunt in a general unreserved compartment along with my three other cousins who were also some 9 or 10 years old. A very older woman there started requesting everyone to get her some water. There were many people around, but no single human cared. No one. My aunt, as she is very generous person, despite knowing that it is perilous to leave us alone, get down the train, fill the bottle from the supply tap in that 2 minutes train stopping time, she took the risk of getting water for that old woman. As expected, the train started. By the time she filled just half a bottle, still she came running in her heavy sari with a bottle in one hand, and she jumped into the compartment like a superman. Everybody around, including me, felt anxious whether she could come back or whether she could get back to our compartment or not. For appearance, my aunt looks very bony, as if she may get carried away by a little wind, but her actions, they make even those hate her clap for her. This is just one incident. There are too many such instances where I saw her as a hero. She gets up at 4 a.m. even though she was taking tuitions for her students till 10 p.m. in the night. Sometimes those students don't leave even till 11 p.m. I rarely, very rarely see her taking rest. She does all her work as a wife, cooking prasadams to donate alms, and as a teacher, teaching students at school and also teaching students at home, especially those students who hate to study, like me. She does all this like a superman. She used to be everywhere without compromising the quality of her work anywhere. I am one of her many students who looked at her with great reverence. She mentored me both directly and also indirectly by being an example of how a woman has to be. Everyone needs one such mentor because mostly nobody can succeed all alone in this world without some form of mentorship, either directly or even indirectly by being an example. If we go back to history, our great philosopher Socrates has mentored Plato, and Plato mentored Aristotle, and Aristotle mentored Alexander the Great. And we know our Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs mentored Mark Zuckerberg, and even our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, received mentoring from Gopalakrishna Gokhale. So mentoring is, it's needed. Guru, the importance of guru is really, is highly rated and is highly needed. Let me ask you one more question to help you understand why a guru is needed in life. Did you ever notice that 99% of all the things media sells revolves around just one concept, either reward or punishment, which causes fear? For example, Coca-Cola says with its slogan, Open Happiness. What is it? It's a reward. It's tempting you with the promise of reward. And insurance ads, some may influence by causing fear of loved one's death. And then our cosmetic ads, like white skin makes you an angel and a black is unlucky. See, these make profit basing on your fear of looking ugly. See, even me, I don't know how to get ready. Today this avatar is for the video and this is to influence. see they all are just like Britishers' carrot and stick policy, or hell and little like hell and heaven concept of religion, which we do not notice or link this reward and fear concept. But a wise mentor can help us notice them. A Swiss psychiatrist called Carl Jung, he once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will keep calling it fate. It is a mentor who helps to turn unconscious to conscious by giving us guidance and feedback. The mentor can help us cause the self-reflection, to help us to contemplate, to understand our mistakes and learn from them. My experience with my aunt evidences that A mentor also indirectly drives us to growth by being an example with their actions. It's a blessing to be a mentor, and also it's a blessing to be a mentee. So, take support from your mentors and never ever stop learning in life. Thank you.